Happy Sunday. Doing the usual. Whenever the dog needs walking, I feed the little ones. Like I say, anything just to brighten the day, make yourself feel better in this mad world. I'm finding just the emotion of this country just at a worrying kind of level of everybody's so down and tired, whoever you speak to, and a little depressed because, and I think in a way it's made a little worse by just seeing how brilliant Trump is and his amazing team and their just amazing sense of positivity and hope, and you know, the veil is truly lifted over in the US, and it's like someone who can't hear has just had some hearing aids attached and turned on, and all of a sudden they hear life and noise and music and people's voices, and it's like, yeah, the light's gone on. Whereas here we've still got the switch turned off and we're all just fumbling around trying to find our way. Yeah, when you've got Trump who's just knocking everything out of the park, just bosh, common sense, left, right, centre, energy, security, borders, woke, DEI, saving the economy billions, just talking to heads of state, getting things moving with Russia, just action, all action and all good. And then you come back to the UK and nothing is happening, and it's just a load of politicians talking utter guff. Yeah. And everything that this government's doing is negative, so negative. And then I've just heard that Reeves is talking about maybe increasing income tax again, just as people are starting to realise what a joke the UK system is in how high our taxes are, and all the national insurance and death duties, and how you seem to just get less and less for more and more taxes. And you go to another country and it's like, oh, roads are clean and roads are clear and there's not a lot of traffic, and I can get to see a GP really quickly, and there's no litter on the streets, and people are really happy and polite, and you know, security seems good, and there's not loads of gangs and knife crime, and people seem more positive, and maybe the weather's even nice. I think people are just really starting to really realise, like, the horsehair shirts, the sacks that we wear in this country, and constantly berating ourselves and taking utter nonsense without ever saying anything. Obviously the weather's grey again as ever. We had our day of sun yesterday for the last 10 days or so. You know, it's cold, everything costs a fortune, nothing's working, public services are bad, but I think more than ever it's just that spirit, our emotional spirit and soul, you know, just seems so trampled on. And God, do we need a boost like the Americans have with Trump? But we've got the absolute opposite in Starmer and co. Haven't seen Starmer for ages. I don't want to see Starmer, but it's so devoid. They're all devoid of emotion. They're just, if someone told me that they were actually AI robots, I'd be like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Because it's like they're just put on a pedestal and they talk in a robotic fashion, and we are doing this. And none of it connects to reality. And Rachel Reeves is saying, oh, the media need to be more positive about Labour like they are in America. Well, they've got reason to be positive in America. We've got no reason to be positive here. It's negative, negative, negative. Damaging policy after damaging policy. Our beautiful green fields getting ploughed up everywhere with crazy Ed Miliband giving swathes of more arable land to his big mate Dale Vince, who constantly looks like he buys his clothes from Dorothy Perkins. I don't know if Dorothy Perkins is still around. We are being led by the insane, and that's putting it politely. They are cutting off all our food and energy security, taking away our beauty. They're literally dumbing down education like you couldn't believe, and saying different races need easier exams at Oxford and Cambridge. I mean, how insulting can you be? I just think that the UK is like some loo paper or something going round and round the bowl before it gets totally flushed, and we're really at that bit where we're just about to get flushed completely. Yeah. If there was ever an agenda to demoralise a nation, whoever may have had that agenda, and if they had attained to do that agenda, then I think they've pretty much got there. But what's important is how do we get out of this hole that we're in? It's you know, it needs each of us to feel strong in ourselves, but until we have hope like America does in having a leader that loves their country and is willing to do and say whatever's necessary to get their country back on a positive, happy, successful, efficient movement, it's hard to get that positivity. We can all try and do our little bit ourselves at home and within ourselves, but God, it's hard living in this country. And it used to be literally the jewel in the crown of the Western world, and now that is most definitely not the case. And I said I feel like the tensions are worse than ever, because for so long our culture and history and values and everything British has been kind of trampled upon and demoralised, and we've got to be so careful. The people pushing this division, they really are the ones to blame. There's so much that our leaders have to apologise for, and it's not a lot to ask for, is it? You just want to live in a happy, cohesive society where people are good neighbours and we're generally all following the same tune, and we're respectful, and our streets are safe, and our education is good, and you can see a doctor when you need it, and you work hard and you reap the rewards from working hard, and it's not all stolen from you at the end of every month to go to, I don't know, foreign aid or Ed Miliband's crazy projects that aren't gonna work. It'd just be nice to see your money put to things that are good and logical and make sense. Yeah. Anyway, anyone got anything positive to say?